I get a lot of people asking me how we were blessed to walk away from corporate America in our early 30s. Well, listen, I don't want to keep that a secret. I want to share it with the world. And so maybe you're listening to this podcast and you're trying to figure out, how do I even get started on my journey of entrepreneurship and getting to a level of freedom? Well, text the word freedom to 737 777 9909. Enter your information in, and we look forward to sharing some information with you. A proven system with small overhead, right? That you can do part-time, spare time, right from the comfort of your home, and have amazing mentors, coaches, and a community of entrepreneurs who are willing to support you and help you on your journey to freedom. Welcome to Code Freedom. I'm your host, Eddie Bales. Have you ever felt stuck? Have you ever felt like there's got to be more than life than the reality that you see every day? Tune in weekly, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays as we crack the codes to freedom in every area of your life. Welcome to Code Freedom. I'm your host, Eddie Bales, and this is episode 104. And today we're talking about Tiffany Haddish in Common, because Tiffany Haddish said on a podcast just the other day, actually yesterday, she said come at me with a D, baby. Don't come at me with a ring. Because if you're trying to buy my life and change my last name to your last name, a ring ain't gonna do it. She said, we can get the ring after you get the building. And basically she wants an apartment building. Specifically, she said she wanted a fourplex, a duplex or a 36plex, right? But she's made it very clear that she wants an apartment building. And I like what she says too. She says, look, you know, I know y'all think I'm crazy, but I'm smart. She says, because a marriage is a union of two businesses, and the whole point of coming together is to grow yourself, but also grow a family and make sure that you have something to inherit. And I just thought that was so strong. A ring, she says, is a couple $1,000s, maybe 10,000, but an apartment building will increase in value. The children will always be able to go to school, and they'll always have something. So if they get sick or something happens with them, this taken care of. And I just love that philosophy. I love that thought process. I love that mindset. It's the rich dad, poor dad. It's buy assets and let your assets buy liabilities and everything else, right? And so the backstory is, maybe you may or may not know this, but at one time, Tiffany Haddish was homeless, right? So of course he's seeking security. Of course he's thinking long term. I would even venture to say that she probably doesn't want a big elaborate wedding. I've seen people spend $20,000-$30,000 on a wedding. I'm sorry, 20-30 million on a wedding. Those TV shows that we watch. Um, and I'll never forget. A partner of mine, he said it's about the marriage, not the wedding. He said that as I was getting married, and it just hit me so strong, because I see so many people spend so much elaborate money on the wedding. And don't get me wrong, if you got 20-30 million and it doesn't really hurt you, hey, go for it. Do you, right? But um there's a difference. There's a thought process of, I can do it, but I don't need to do it, right? Just because you can doesn't mean you should. That's kind of what I'm saying. And she's already thinking in the right place. She's thinking long term. She's thinking legacy. She's thinking future. She's already thinking about the kids, and they're not even married yet, right? And I just think that's a perspective. That's a great mindset to look at, and it's something we could even learn from, right? Because we can learn that, maybe we can do something like that and think on that way, on a smaller scale. Like, maybe you can't just go out and buy an apartment building, but certainly before this year is out, you can buy an asset that can produce cash flow over the next year, 2, 3, 10 years, right? And so it's a great perspective, and I agree with Tiffany Haddish on this one. And it's interesting because there's so many people that'll put their 2 cents on it, and you see where people are at based on how they react to it. And look, I just choose to look at the side that she's on. And look, by the way, I did some research, and Common is worth about 45 million, and Tiffany Haddish is worth about 6 million. So hey, Common got it. He could do it. And I'm sure he's got so much love for her that he wouldn't mind doing it. But the cool thing about it is he's doing it for them. So at the end of the day, they both come out on top because those apartment buildings are going to spit off cash flow that can buy any ring that they want to get. You get what I'm saying? So it's all about buying those assets and letting the assets spit the cash flow off. And that is something we talk about on Code Freedom so often. And that's why I had to bring this to you all. And I'd love to get your feedback, your opinion. I'd love to know what you think about it. Join our Facebook page, thewaytofreedom.info. That's thewaytofreedom.info. And you can join our Code Freedom community and voice your comments on it. I love to hear what you think. But like I said, I'm on Tiffany Haddish's side. I agree with her, and it's just a great mindset to have. She's been homeless and she never wants to be in that place again. She wants security and she's thinking about legacy, and she's doing it in a smart way. And so, like I said, I just think it's a great philosophy, and it's something we can learn from. And that's what we always should seek to do, is find out what can we learn from others, whether it's their failures or their successes. There's always a gem, there's always a jewel, there's always a nugget that we can learn from other people, successful or even not successful. And this is it right here, is buying assets that could pay for liabilities, buying assets that can pay for liabilities. I play this game called Cash Flow 101 sometimes, and that's what the game is all about, is buying assets, buying enough passive income where you can get out of the rat race. And that's what this is at its finest. It's monopoly, right? It's 4 buildings in an apartment building, that type of thing, that type of mindset. And so, hey, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Feel free to check in with us, let us know what you think. And I'm just curious to hear from you all. But hey, this is another episode 104. And I can't wait to hear you all on episode 105. Take care, take charge, and we'll see you all over the top. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate you guys for listening. Definitely feel free to take a screenshot of this episode, tag me in it on Instagram or Facebook or wherever you find me on social media. I would love to give you a shout out. Hey, you might even get a prize. Who knows? But excited that you had a chance to take a listen. I hope you got a lot of value. And definitely feel free to give us 5 stars as well as a review. Show us some love, and we appreciate you. God bless you all, and see you all over the top.